Hi, this is Stephen Trials. On the last video, I was talking about God can blame people if God wants to blame people, and God can give them crap if God wants to give them crap. They try to blame me for causing the crap, and God will just give them more crap. Because it's not about me, it's about them doing me wrong. That's why they're getting the crap. So what I'm doing, the people that God blames people that are evil. So obviously, the God I'm with is not evil. It defeats evil. This is good versus evil going on. So good is about not doing other people wrong. So the way of fairness is the way to empowerment. When you stop doing others wrong with your religion, with your thoughts, with your actions, with your beliefs, when you stop doing others wrong, you qualify for a God friend that's got your back, that will protect you from people using evil against you. They blame you for not surrendering to them. That's evil. That's what evil does. The big book of Alcoholics Anonymous, it says, it's in the chapter We Agnostics. It's on page 45. So it's explaining how the religious angle, the God angle doesn't make sense. We can't believe it. It doesn't work, etc. And so it says that we, as alcoholics, that we're harming ourselves with alcohol and realized we needed to stop and we couldn't stop. So we had to find a power to live, to enable us to live as we are. Or in other words, to be able to stop drinking. So it says that the book is just for this purpose, to enable you to find a source of power greater than yourself to solve your problem. Because you couldn't solve your problem yourself. You needed help. So the book is about you finding the help to solve the problem. So let's look at it. The problem is evil. It's ruining our world. And evil is unfairness. It's unfair for people to lie about global warming caused by humans while they're destroying the planet, and there's going to be more floodings in USA than ever before, I was told in my dream. The weather patterns are going to shift, and there's going to be tremendous flooding in the USA. This is quite reliable. When I'm told something like that, it's quite reliable. And whose fault is it? The people that lied about human-caused global warming. And God knows that's whose fault it is, and God's blaming them. And they're lying about it, and God's going to blame them even more for lying about it. The God of goodness is about truth and fairness, goodness. I had to change my concept of what God is, or acquire a concept of what God is. So what is appealing to me, because this is based on actual truth, scientific evidence of truth. It's not about faith in something that's not true. It's non-dualism. And the way it's being taught by other people in other religions is not really non-dualism. It's like a secondary non-dualism. You have to have the, like Christ or the guru, that's someone else that connects you to the non-dual. So you're non-dual through some other dualistic idea. You and the other person is not non-dual. Non-dual is where it's just you or it's just God. So what's it going to be? It can't be just you, because you're not God. You're not all powerful. So this is like Ibn Arabi's idea, and you can see it in Meister Eckhart. You can see it in Buddhism. You can see it in Taoism. The same idea of non-dual. It's not dependent on someone else. So Ibn Arabi was a Sufi Muslim, 1165 to 1240. That's his lifespan. So it was back then. And he says simply, I don't exist. I never will exist. The only thing that exists is God. It is Allah. The only thing that exists is the one all-powerful. That's everything. It's you, it's me, it's the road, it's the sky. And the separation is secondary. The separate parts, the atoms, the separate atoms in our universe, they're secondary. We talk about field theory. It's secondary to the field that they all emerge from, to the one. In science, they're looking for the unified field theory. This is what I'm talking about. So we're defining God as that which causes reality, that which creates existence. So he says God is existence. And God is unity of being. So it's all one thing. Now, my God friend could not work with me until I acquired a belief that was based on actual truth. I was not empowered to defeat evil by having faith in something imaginary. It has to be actual truth. If you know something that's true, you don't need faith in it. You know it's true. So that's what I'm talking about, is have a concept of God that's based on actual truth that we learn with science and every other which way, both inside us and outside us. So Meister Eckhart, Ibn Arabi, they explain how it's like God isn't anything. When you realize that there's all that is as the all-powerful. And that's what exists. So I don't exist. Then you qualify for some internal understanding of God. And things will happen because you're on the right track. You're not going to get there if you're on the wrong track. You're going to be dependent on something that doesn't work, something that causes wars in the world. Okay, so the people that are blaming me for being me, they want power. They want authority over me. They want to have power over me. So they want to feel like they have defeated me. So they will say that I am bullshit. Not that I said something that's not true. They will say that I am something that's not true. You're bullshit. You're not true. You don't have any power. I have power over you because I'm truth. And I have power and you don't. So these people that are trying to get authority over us, power over us, they're using evil to do it. This is not narcissistic abuse that's formed a worldwide network. And they are in a network. And they work together to defeat anybody who hasn't surrendered to them. There are a lot of people that don't practice this kind of abusive behavior themselves. I don't feel attacked by them, but they're with a God that's telling those people to attack me. And they don't have to attack me because they're with the God that's attacking me for them. Because they want me to surrender to their God too. Say they're Christians. So they want me to bow down to Jesus. Say they're Muslims. They want me to bow down to Allah. But they're peaceful Muslims. And the other Muslims attack me. They're accomplices to those people using evil against me. Okay, I'm listening to Brene Brown, and I listened to a video on Brene Brown disrespect, because I assumed that she would have some words about how we handle disrespect, because when we are shamed by others, when people are saying you are bullshit, you are nothing, that's shameless behavior on their part. They are harming you and making you feel totally worthless, powerless. Lack of power is your dilemma. You need the power to stop them, and you don't have it on your own. You need a God friend that's got your back. It's based on actual truth, not based on some religious faith idea. Because the religious faith idea is supporting the people that are telling you that you are nothing. You're invited to join the Church of Fairness. We have power. We have authority from the God friend. That's where we get the power and the authority over those that do us wrong. We only want them to stop. We want to teach them the way to power and authority. That's what they want. So the way of the world is just walk away from the people that are abusing you. People hook up with those kind of people because they're empowered by them. If you'll surrender to the bully protects you. So people have a hard time without being under the thumb, under the wing, under the protection of the evil people. They have a hard time not having their support, their power. So you can see it with relationships, a man and a woman. There's two men and one woman, and the woman picks the bad guy that is harmful to people, that puts other people down, that has power and authority from evil. And she'll choose the evil guy because he protects her, and the guy that's being good has no power yet. So that's what I'm talking about. This is a way to get power from being fair, not good. If someone's doing us wrong, they're going to think we're evil, but we're not. We're protecting ourselves. And I hope they think we're evil. I hope they think we're the most evil thing in the universe. But we're not. We're just saying you got to stop doing us wrong. God is going to hurt you severely if you do me wrong in any way. Because I have a God friend that will do it for me. So I don't have to fight myself. I don't fight, I forgive. And I ask my God friend, will you hurt that guy? He's doing me wrong. Stop him. And so I give it to my God friend. I go silent. This is where it matches up with what the psychology is saying. Don't interact with them and while they're attacking you. Don't try to stop them. Let them do it. Go silent ask for help or pray, whichever word you prefer, and just stay silent and just observe, knowing that this higher power, this God friend, you're going to see its interaction with the person that's doing you wrong right in front of your eyes. They'll see your presence. Knowing this, they'll see your power on your face. And they'll stop. They'll like, I've never seen this happen before. What do I do? And they'll back right off. They'll be waiting for someone else to attack, so they'll want to team up with their group against you at this point, because they're using evil. It's a group of people using evil. What's happened with me is that once I saw this is real and I really have a God friend, I know because we communicate telepathically. I'm bipolar and I can do it. Most people can't. But you can still learn that it's there. So I guess we could call that faith that it's there, even though you don't have any evidence. There's evidence. It's like when you know this works, then that's your evidence because it works. So what begins as faith becomes knowledge. So what we have faith is in something that's going to defeat evil for us. Okay, so before I learned this, I would see the interaction with other people, and I would interpret that they're disapproving me and what I'm saying, like right now. And as what's really going on in their head is they're thinking that, why don't you people listen to Steve? And so I see the disapproval as personalized and directed at me, but it's directed at evil, not at me. So you'll hear somebody arguing against someone that's harmful, and he's got some passion, and he's thinking that guy is no good. And when he's talking, evil will make it sound like, in your mind, that he's attacking you. That's an evil spirit in your mind doing that. And so I have evil spirits too. We all do. This is why it's kind of tricky to figure out what's going on. So the evil spirit and the other person is actually attacking me, and they're observing it, attacking me, and they're struggling to think clearly too. It wants them to turn against me because I'm a threat to evil. Do you see what I'm saying? The evil we have within us wants us to be against anyone that hasn't surrendered to evil. And that's the evil that we fight against personally within ourselves. So continue to not do anyone wrong, not have negative thoughts, not have wrong thoughts of others. This is an evil spirit that I've really struggled with. I see a group of people and say I'm kind of tired and I'm not happy. And so I'm in the group of people. First thing that happens, this evil spirit starts putting other people down so that I have authority and power over them. It wants me to be evil. I stop. I don't do that anymore. I'm reborn. I don't do that. I have a new way of thinking. I don't do that anymore. And then evil will get some of the people in the group to start attacking you. It happens every time. So then you go back into I'm getting help from the God friend that's got my back. I'm going silent. I don't fight. I forgive. I don't have to rebuttal their absurd claims. I don't have to defend myself against them. My God friends defended me. And this is going to be awesome. I get to watch my God friend in action again. So it's just an ongoing process. Again and again. Okay, so about round 3, the evil in the group has given up. You can tell. And then you're clear. You can think back about these people that are attacking. They wanted to be a friend. They want a friend. They want help. Because the evil spirit is ruining their life, making them unhappy. Their friends are getting killed or harmed, or their family. So this is the most important thing here, is that we're friends to everyone. And we want to teach them how to get this authentic power, this authentic God friend that will enable them to stop the evil. They don't have to be with the evil anymore. They'll get hope and they'll listen. So the interaction was just temporarily paused. And now we're ready to interact with the person that has offended you. Forgive them. It's the evil spirit that got them to do it. And let them know that we're here to help, not to harm. So they have to lose to win. They have to lose the technique of beating people up, metaphorically or actually, to get what they want. So the power and the fun they have from being evil, they have to abandon that. They lose. It feels like a loss to them. But what they're going to win is much more pleasurable, much more rewarding. They will be much happier. Their inner self, their authentic self, will be ecstatic, because this false self will lose control of them. They were possessed by evil. And their authentic self will see they're going to be free of evil. They're going to finally win. So they were right when they were kids. They knew it. And they had to put their authentic self into hiding and play the role of evil to survive. Nobody wants that. So that's why it's important that we don't just leave them and go somewhere else and stop interacting, no contact. This is not about no contact. It's about learning how to become their teacher in the way of fairness, in the Church of Fairness. They're invited to join. We will stop others from doing them wrong, because all those people are doing each other wrong all day long. They always end up getting hurt by the leader of the group or someone else. Look what's going on with the Republicans. Trump's the authority that is like calling people names, lying about people. He's using evil. And so are they. I'm not a Democrat or a Republican. The Democrats are trying to get me under their control too. They're using evil. When you're controlling someone else, that's evil. The way that Democrats can use evil is by If you don't surrender to us, then you're going to be all alone. You won't have a girlfriend. Your kids are going to leave you. So they use the family structure to bring about your surrender. And it's an evil spirit in the family structure. So this becomes like the dynamic with male and female interacting. There's the bad guy male, the evil authority, the evil one that does people wrong and gets everything done, accomplishes everything. Maybe it's another female. So evil uses deprivation. If you refuse to surrender to evil, you will be deprived of pretty much everything. So the only way to get through it is to develop a really strong relationship with this God friend. They're non-human. And they care about us, and they're here. So we've made religions about them. They're God Almighty. That's their group. It's like Swedenborg talked about the societies of spirits in the afterlife. And the angels like goodness and truth. They're the angels. The angels are the God friends. This is about winning and losing. I had a counselor that told me, do you want to win? It was about my family. And he knew what was going on. He could tell right off the bat. So he said the person that gets sent in for counseling is not the actual problem in the family. I was the scapegoat, the problem child. I didn't believe in the church anymore. I was a truth teller. Evil does not like truth tellers. So he said, do you want to win? And I said, yeah, I guess I want to win. He said, then lose. So what I lost is the relationship with them. I had to walk away from them until I could learn about psychology, narcissism, study worldwide religions, have a very secure God friend, a very secure concept of what God is. I don't think God had a mind in the first place. I don't believe in an intelligent designer at all. It might be there, and I accept it if it's there, but I don't see any evidence for it. I see evidence of evolution happening without any mind involved whatsoever. And so I think the mind emerged from no mind, and God is an emergent God. So it's like Meister, Eckhart, Ibn Arabi, God is nothing, it's us that's God. It's us that has the mind and the heart and the love for God. So what is God? God is the oneness, the one thing, the cause of reality, the all-powerful. People call it energy. This does not contradict atheism. It's what's so strange. See, people are hung up on atheism and non-atheism. It's the same thing. I'm not a theist. I don't think God's some other person. Absolutely not. I don't believe that. So I have a very secure relationship with the all-powerful. And the people that support it, the God friends, they appreciate truth. They want us to learn the truth. You know, You can't handle the truth. Yeah, we can. We want to know the truth. And the World Fairness Agreement protects people that have done others wrong and don't want anyone to know. It's secret. We don't know about that. We want privacy and secrecy. We don't need evil to get it. We need fairness. We need Team Fairness and the Church of Fairness to get the privacy and the secrecy from being fair. Being fair is the path to power. There was a Quicksilver Messenger Service song, Joseph's Coat. So my counselor told me about Joseph's Coat because I was separating from my family. I was going to Egypt. I had to lose. I had to go to Egypt. So then, in the song, he says we find our strength comes from being fair. This is nothing new. This is the real truth. Stop doing people wrong. Ask for help from beyond to stop others from doing you wrong. Thanks for listening.